Hello. So, okay. I set this up last night, and of course, it does not look the way that I set it up. Not at all. Yep. Anyway, I have to discuss last week's issue. Yep, I messed up last week. But first, I'm trying to figure this out. Hello. Make sure I get everything. It's a little too far down. I probably set this up last night and it doesn't look like it now. But anyways, I have to apologize for last week's technical difficulties. Hi Milo. I did go live last week, and since I run another page, that's where the issues came. See, I was playing around with how much storage my phone had and was looking to see what was taking up the most space on my phone, and Facebook app was. So I was playing around with what was, what options I had. Saw there was a Facebook Lite version, and I was like, let me see what that's all about. Download that, and guess what? I can do most everything I want with the Facebook Lite version, except go live. So I had to download the Facebook for Pages app. No big deal. The two of those, Facebook Lite and Facebook Pages app, don't take up even half the space that the Facebook app did. So anyway, when I went live last week, I did not realize that I was going live on another page I run. Yeah. So I did go live last week, just on the wrong page. But hopefully you guys got the notifications this week, and I am live on the correct page. Yeah. Everyone has those moments, and that was mine. So anyway, January 21st, hope y'all are doing great. Hope you had a great weekend. Friday night we went to some Chamber of Commerce dinner thing to celebrate all the agriculture businesses, I guess. Farming, agriculture, ranchers, all that stuff. I was so out of my element. There was tons of cowboy boots and hats and all that stuff, and yeah. Anyway, lovely dinner. I mean, good, solid, big piece of prime rib. I'm not even like a huge red meat fan, and this was good. So, did that, ran a bunch of errands on Saturday. Yesterday, didn't do much. Woke up this morning to snow. Apparently, they thought we were only gonna get like an inch, inch and a half. Well, the news a few minutes ago just said 5.5 inches. So when I get done with this little shindig, I need to go out and do some shoveling. Yeah, can't see our driveway at all. All right, so let's get into this evening. I hope you guys, like I said, are doing great. Hope you had a great weekend. Let's do this thing. All right, Melted Snowman Martini. There's a first for me tonight. Fireball whiskey, cinnamon whiskey. Never had Fireball before. I've heard tons of people talk about it. I have never had it. So tonight is a first. So let's see how this goes. You need, of course, a shaker with ice. You need a martini glass. You need cinnamon whiskey. It does not have to be Fireball brand. That's just, when I was going to look for cinnamon whiskey, I knew that brand, so I'm gonna get that. You need vanilla vodka and rum chata. I've only used rum chata, I think, in one other recipe here. Some pretty good stuff. And that one was fairly new to me. Okay, and you need half and half. So in your, where is it? There it is. In your martini, in your Melted Snowman Martini, you're gonna need 1 part of rum chata. Hi, Susanna. Long time no see. 1 part rum chata. You're gonna need 1 part of this Fireball. Now, I have, I love cinnamon flavored stuff, but whoa, a shot of that will clear the sinuses. 1 part Fireball, 1 part cinnamon whiskey. Then you need 2 parts vanilla vodka. So, Milo, how do you enjoy Fireball? Since it's new to me and I don't think I have another recipe anytime soon calling for it, what do you use it for? There you go. No apologies for your absence. I mean, holidays were super busy for me too. So I'm just glad you're here. Okay, so 2 parts vanilla vodka, 1 part cinnamon whiskey, 1 part rum chata, and 1 part half and half. So you have got a whole bunch of alcohol in here and only 1 part of half and half. Let's try this baby out. I'm curious how this will turn out. The cinnamon seems quite strong, so let's see. Mixed up really well. Of course, your martini glass should be chilled. I'm too lazy to do that. Too lazy to do that. Anyway, so there we go. I'm gonna put this down here, out of the way. The lid on so if it falls, it won't go everywhere. And let's try this out. Melted Snowman Martini. That is good. That is really good. I don't know what it was that dulled the cinnamon whiskey. But there you go. So 2 parts vanilla vodka, 1 part cinnamon whiskey, 1 part rum chata, and 1 part half and half. That's a good, nice and cozy winter drink. Good, I'm glad I chose that one. All right, tonight, y'all know how I am about wreaths. I am kind of 50-50 with them. Sometimes they turn out really good, sometimes not so much. But I got confidence in tonight's. We'll see how it goes. I have the hot glue gun going over here. We're not going to use it a ton. We're going to use it some. But the basic materials you need is, and it can kind of, this is, I mean, one of those things that you can kind of decide how you want to do it, how big you want it or whatever. I'm using, you can get packs of these sticks. They're about 12 inches long, 1/4 inch thick or whatever. You can get packs of these at Hobby Lobby of 6 for like $2.99. Perfect. So you don't have to go to no, you know, home store, you know, like Home Depot or Lowe's and have people cut anything for you. So I'm using some of these. I'm using like 9 of these, I think. It's like a pack and a half of these. Then I already had some big popsicle sticks, tongue depressor. It's a little too big for a tongue depressor. But I have cut the ends off. You'll see why in a minute. But and of course, this also depends on how big you want it. You can use 2x4s, you can use a board, a cookie sheet, whatever. And I'll show you in a minute what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is what I'm using now. Then you just need some scissors. Of course, if you want to put some color on it, you're gonna need some either paint or spray paint, fabric, and then just some embellishments, some buttons, maybe some foam. This is one of those things that I'm just doing it this way, but you can do it any which way you want, depending on how big you want it. So this is what I have done. I have taken my sticks, and I've got 8 of them, and I actually numbered them on the back that way so I can remember what order they go in. So all I did was I went and spray painted them all like white first, because it's a whole lot easier to apply paint if you put a good primer on it, especially if it's a light color. So I numbered them on the back. You probably can't see that, but I got 1 through 8 there. And then I have another one here that is solid black. So I did black on the top, white on the bottom. Now this is why I put them in the order that I did. Like I said, if you want to do a great big board, it's all depending on how size. If you want to, it doesn't even have to hang on your door. It could just set up on your front porch if you want like a sign. All right, let me just look at what I have. Now I'm just using these tongue depressors as a brace, kind of, just to give a little bit more, to make it a little bit more sturdy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to lay one of these popsicle sticks down right about there. That way, so I'm going to take my, let's see, I'm just trying to eyeball it first before I start, you know, committing to. Of course, I need another thing of glue getting started. So a whole bunch of hot glue on there, and then what I'm going to do is lay them down right next to each other. All this is going to be is just like just laying them next to each other, side by side. Even them up. And you'll see why I also numbered them in just a second. So that's all I'm doing is hot gluing them down. Now, if you were doing 2x4s, you're going to need a whole lot more of a brace in the back. Now, if you wanted to, you could do just cookie sheet and you wouldn't have to do a brace at all. If you wanted to, you could take your 2x4s, whatever you're using, and cover it in fabric if you want. So you wouldn't have to worry about paint. The only thing I have to say about fabric is if it's an outdoor wreath, fabric is going to probably get moist or damp, which means it's more likely to discolor and ruin quickly. All right, so I've done that, so hopefully it has dried just enough for me to flip it over. And then all I'm going to do is take one more across. I'm just going to glue it across the bottom just to give it a tiny bit more support. Of course, if you wanted to, you could glue all of the pieces side by side together first if you want, and then do that. Up to you. Like I said, this is one of those projects that, I mean, I'm showing you the way I'm doing it, but you can do it any which way you want. So, here we go. So I'm gonna let, hopefully that is dry. Now this is why I numbered them, because when I painted them, probably don't look like it, but there is a slight, it's slightly lower on this side and slightly goes up on this side. And this is why, because I've got this solid black piece with glue gun strings going everywhere. All right, so what I'm going to do is, the reason why I did this is because I wanted my little snowman hats, these strings, there needs to be some kind of like hack to get rid of them. All right, so I wanted my snowman hat to be looking like it's a little lopsided or crooked. So this is what I'm doing. Hi, Bethany. All right, so this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick some glue going across that line. Ooh, pop, pop, pop. I'm going to then cover up my, where it is, whoop, there you go. So now you can see why I numbered them the way I did. That way, so, because I, you know, painted it to where it was uneven. That way, so I would not have like a little bit of white showing up over here or whatever. So, hey, you see it yet? There's a snowman hat. Of course, if you wanted to, now you could do all of this white up here, and then you could take a real like snow hat cap and like pull it over, I guess, and hot glue it. That way, so he was wearing like an actual like snow cap. All right, so there you go. That's all it is these little sticks painted. And what I did was I did paint them white first. I did black on the top, and then I got some glitter, white glitter paint, and did glitter, a coat of white glitter paint on the white part. That way, so if the sun caught it, it would kind of shimmer a little bit. You know, it's the little things like that. Okay, so now what I've got some, well, no, I'm not gonna do that yet. We'll do the next thing. Then, if you have any spare buttons around your house, I have a billion buttons. Whatever buttons you want. Let's see, I had it all, yeah. I'm gonna do those little eyeballs right there. So all you're doing is, I'm using buttons. Again, if you wanted to cut out pieces of felt or fun foam, if there's anything else you wanted to use, you are more than welcome to do it. This is one, again, one of those things that you, just how I'm doing it is not necessarily the way that you have to do it. And then I've got 5 buttons for his smile. Again, if you want to do 7, I always suggest 9 because you kind of want one, oops, you kind of want one to be centered and then the rest go up from that. So I'm going to kind of position it first to make sure that I don't end up with a wonky smile. Nobody likes a snowman with a wonky smile. Okay, and then again, but always do an even. If you do, or an odd set of items for your smile, because an even, you're going to end up having it off center, unless that's what you want. I am all about balance. I find it very difficult to do something that is off center. So if that's something that you can do, then go for it. But that is not something that I can do. Like right now, it's bugging me that it is slightly off. But it will be okay. It's not that deep. Not that deep. Just keep swimming. I promise I'm not OCD. I'm just very, 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 very particular with details. All right, so there we go so far. Hopefully his smile's not too high. Now what I have done is I just went online and I went to Google Images and typed in snowman nose and looked for a good template and printed something out because me freehanding or free cutting it wasn't gonna work. And I've done a foam one and I did a felt one. I want to do the foam one, but I'm kind of scared the hot glue. Okay, no, it looks like it's okay. It's gonna melt through it, maybe, no? Yes, I see it coming through. Yes, So we're gonna try. Well, it's not horrible. Okay, no, it's not horrible. I thought it was going to come through first, or worse, but no, that's not horrible. I prefer fun foam if you're going to do something outside because it's going to be able to withstand the any kind of elements that. All right, so there we go. Just like that. Last couple of touches. Like I said, if you wanted to, you could have ignored. This all could have been white, and you could have thrown a regular snowman's cap on there if you wanted. I found this fabric, these ribbons and stuff at Joann's clearance, 90% off. This roll was originally 10 bucks. I got it for like 99 cents. 99 cents, a roll of great big thick fabric that we're going to use in a minute. Then I got matching rolls because I knew I was probably going to want this one. I didn't know if I need a bigger one. Anyways, these was like 59 cents. This was like 39 cents or something. I mean, come on. But again, use whatever colors you want. I'm going to throw some hot glue across like that. I'm going to throw my ribbon down. Give his hat just a little bit of color. Of course, it's not a lot of color. The black and the green and blue is kind of blending in, but I did not want anything that was like super crazy and bright because this is winter. If I was doing spring, then maybe. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold it over like that. I could cut it off if I wanted to, but guess what? I don't want to. This is my thing. I can do it any way I want. Okay, so let me put a little bit more down there just to make sure that is down. Ouch! Joys of hot glue guns. Okay, so it's hard to tell, but there it is. And then I'm going to try this out. I don't know how this is going to work. Like I said, I have this fabric and I'm going to try and give him a scarf. We'll see. Okay, this is where I'm kind of like, how am I going to do this? It's the only part that's going to be like, huh. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do, maybe. Suggestions, y'all? I didn't think this far through. I thought this was going to be like one of those simple things, and then when now I'm sitting here like doing it, it's like, huh, how am I going to do this? Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Make sure I got my, okay, good. So what, here we go. You know, actually committing to something is like the hardest thing. I'm going to stick a whole bunch of glue back on the back. And then I'm just going to press that on there like that. We're going to cross our fingers and hope that this goes the way we want it to. Like I said, I thought all the way through except for this part right here. Now I'm like, uh-oh, we may have a problem. Will Robinson. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to I think I'm gonna stick a little bit of glue up here at the top like that. Then I'm going to stick a little bit down here, a little bit lower than my original spot. All right, and then let's see. I'm totally winging it here. Let's see. Yep. One of those things, I guess I should have thought, you know, a little bit more into it. A little bit more about it. Or actually, let's see if we can do this. I think this may be the way to go right here. Like I said, winging it. I may be totally ruining it now. But what's nice about hot glue is you can take it off. Take a second for it to dry. And again, this is one of those things that when you are a perfectionist and pay a little too much attention to details, this is the kind of stuff that ends up bothering you. So what I'm going to do is going to kind of twist it around. I'm going to twist this around, and then I am going to tie myself a little tie. Try and get it over here close to the edge. So there's hot glue strings just going everywhere. I love hot glue, but that is the my least favorite thing. And then I'm going to knot it one more time, just because a good knot is always better if doubled. Yep, just like that. And then I can cut off that excess here in just a second. I'm going to kind of glue my pieces into place. That way, so everything is kind of where I want it to be. Ouch! Just do a tiny bit of glue if you want to put something in a particular space. I just flung hot glue over to my finger and it hurts a lot. And I'm going to stick a tiny bit more right there, do this upper side. Just like that. And in just a second, I'm going to kind of tack down where the knot is. But for the most part, we are done. Now, if you wanted to, I've seen pictures, I've seen people where they have taken not a blush, but a very, very, very light colored pink, and they have just kind of done a tiny little bit of a, rosy cheeks above the smile, and you can do that if you want, but here we go. For the most part, we're done. I'm going to trim that off here in just a second. I always say it's not so long. But all you have to do, so you could hang it, is you can use twine, you can use ribbon, you can use whatever you want. It's all dependent upon how long you want your it to be. But if you're hanging it from a door, just take you some ribbon, hot glue it on the back, and you've got yourself a way to hang it. Just like that. Super easy, quick, whatever. I spent more time waiting for paint to dry than doing this. Just like that. Now, this is pretty small for, like I said, for a front door, but it's perfect because it will store away and, it's easily stored away. There you go, just like that. That's it. Super simple. Just like that. And like I said, anytime I successfully do a wreath, which the husband and I had a debate last night on wreaths, and he said that this wasn't a wreath because it wasn't a circle. I said, this is to a wreath because it hangs on the door, and no one said a wreath had to be a circle. Then he asked Alexa, and guess what Alexa said? It's typically a circle shape. Whatever. Anyway, so now I think my goal is to make wreaths that are not circles, just to be a turd. Because I can. Anyway, there you go. Quick and simple, easy to customize. If you wanted it bigger, if you wanted it smaller, whatever. You got it. Super simple. Don't kick the stand. I haven't had that much to drink, y'all, I promise. All right, next week, last week of January, can you believe it? My goodness. Okay, of course, I know most everybody is talking about self-care, and that's one of our biggest focuses, or what should be one of our biggest focuses this year. So next Monday night, I've got a bunch of ideas, or not a bunch, I've got a couple that I'm going to make with you, but I'm going to share a bunch of ideas for making those long, hot bubble baths a little bit more enjoyable. So I got some do-it-yourself recipes, all natural, super easy for you to make using stuff that you got around the house. And what could be more enjoyable than a German chocolate cake martini? What? It sounds so awesome. Self-care is chocolate, right? German chocolate cake martini. So that's what we're doing next week. Last week of January. Like I said at the beginning, we got a lot of snow overnight, so y'all know what I gotta go do here in a second. The husband will be coming home soon, so I need to go out and do some shoveling. I got like 6 inches of snow that I need to shovel off of our driveway. Our HRA hasn't come yet, so I'm about to go out and break a sweat. see how that goes. Hopefully he'll come home and take over. Okay, there you go. Do me a favor, like all my pages, YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram. Go like them all, share them with your friends, invite people, send me your ideas, all that good stuff. If you have not yet, make sure you have gone into your notifications on the Martinis Amanda page to be notified when I go live. That way so you don't miss out on these nights. Again, send me your ideas, send me your martini recipes, whatever you got. I'd love you forever for it. That's it. Hope y'all have a great night, and I'll see y'all next Monday. Bye.